So today's video is dedicated about the multiple tooth isolation. So as you can see, the rubber dam sheet has been taken, the orientation marking has been done, and the areas where we need to do the punching has been marked on the sheet. Next, I have taken a Ainsworth punch, rubber dam punch, in order to make the distinct punch holes onto the areas which are marked on the rubber dam sheet. Now this is for the most anterior. The second one, that's basically the true premolars. Then I have adjusted the punch hole onto the rubber dam punch, Ainsworth punch. Then I'm basically punching on 1/6. Then I'm moving on to 1/7. So basically, as you can see, the punch holes on the rubber dam sheet is fully ready. The metallic structure on which I'm resting the rubber dam sheet is also known as the rubber dam template. Now I'm selecting a wingless clamp for clamping the posterior most tooth. So as you can see, the jaws are put inside the hole, that is the punch hole. Again, I am placing it on the rubber dam template in order to see whether the positioning or placement of the wingless clamp is proper or not. Then I'm using some amount of KY jelly and I'm applying the KY jelly onto the under surface of the rubber dam sheet. Now this basically allows for easy movement or slippage of the rubber dam sheet interdentally. So this is now ready. So the posterior most tooth I'm clamping in the oral cavity, that's 1/7. While clamping, I have to see that whether it is absolutely stable in the mouth. It is, it looks good. Then the rubber dam sheet is pulled over the jaws of the wingless clamp. As you can see, this is how we do with the help of a filling instrument, plastic filling instrument. Now, we try to stabilize or make sure that the entire 2/7 has been properly covered up by the rubber dam sheet. Now, before we move on to the other tooth to be isolated, what we do is we stabilize the rubber dam sheet with the help of a U-frame. So in this case, I'm using a GDC plastic U-frame, and then I'm pushing the rubber dam sheet with the respective punch holes which are being marked onto the respective tooth in order to allow for the better slippage of the rubber dam sheet, and so that it doesn't tear, I'm using the plastic filling instrument. And the best part is you can see as to how easy the slippage of the rubber dam sheet interdentally is taking place. Now, in order to make sure that the complete slippage of the rubber dam sheet takes place, we are using floss threads and we are flossing in between the two teeth, that is in the interdental area we are flossing the teeth. So this allows for the better slippage of the rubber dam sheet interdentally, leading to better isolation and moisture control. So as you can see, and as I'm doing, as one can notice, the proper inversion of the rubber dam sheet is being achieved. Mind it, this is a thin gauge rubber dam sheet, and even with a thin gauge rubber dam sheet, if used properly, one can have a better inversion. So in order to make sure that the entire rubber dam sheet has gone properly inside, multiple number of times we are using the floss thread. Now, in order to engage the proximal or most anterior tooth which is being isolated, we are not putting any clamps, although one can put the clamps, but in this case we have engaged it with the help of Teflon tapes. So this is the complete view of the 4-tooth isolation. Thanks for watching. If you like my channel, please share, subscribe and comment. Thanks a lot.